this go around. And so this is the Missoula Art Park Extraordinary Events Annual Subcommittee of the Park Board. And so this is the public's opportunity to voice their questions, concerns, opinions, specifically related to any extraordinary events scheduled at the art park. Now, we haven't been having any, and I don't think there's any proposed. So it literally is an update. And Kim is our resident representative
neighborhood.
From the neighborhood. And then Aaron, and then when Margie gets here, our park board, and then Laura and Kate are from the Missoula Art Museum Board or representatives. Cassie and me are just staff here to support. And so Aaron, I'll turn it over to you to call the meeting to order and get the minutes approved from the last meeting. And then we just go into the rest of the agenda because I don't see any public here either.
Okay, I might need some assistance from Cassie.
So if you want to call the meeting officially to order and ask me to do roll call, I'll just proceed.
Okay, so I'm calling this meeting of the Missoula Art Park Extraordinary Events Committee to order. Cassie, please call roll call.
Okay. I'm gonna say Margie, and I know she is absent at present. I'll mark her if she gets in. Laura.
Yes.
I see you. Kate. I think you're on mute, but I see you. Kim.
Here, sorry.
Okay. Like Donna, you are, I think, in a participant mode. Are you a member?
I am employee only, not a member of this subcommittee.
And Aaron.
Here.
So we have a quorum. We can move on to approval of the minutes.
Can I please get a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
I so move.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Excellent. So we have approval from the last meeting for the minutes.
Okay. We'll take roll call on that real quick. So I'm just going to start with Laura.
Yes.
Kim.
Yes.
Kate.
Yes.
And Aaron.
Yes.
All right, approved. There is no public in attendance, so you can move on to item 5, reports and updates.
Okay, let's see. Pulling up, sorry, I had 3 meetings today, so I'm sorting where our agenda is currently.
I'll assist. It's action item or update 5.1, the 2021 summary of events and update.
Laura, is that you from your staff? You want to
Yes, I can verbally do that. And I'm sorry, I don't have a written report for you, and I can submit that if you'd like more detail and attendance and everything. But the short story is that the art park has been serving us in a really incredibly vital way during the pandemic. As we've expanded and shrunk and opened and closed, and it's been brutal, trying to produce any public events at all. And we finally invested in a temporary fencing system that we have stored on site so that that's pretty lightweight, and we can pop it up there and encompass the space, which is a requirement of our beer and wine license with the state, allowing us to have receptions and serve beverages and whatnot out there in the park. And it's just been a godsend, to have it. And as we come into the summer and the spring and summer, we're just planning to continue. it hasn't been, we haven't had large gatherings, and that's been just a sign of the times. They're just, we aren't getting big, huge crowds. So nothing extraordinary, but just kind of what's comfortable in the space. And so we're planning to spruce up the park as best we can in April, and reinstall art and open for the first Friday in May. And I think that'll be kind of an indoor outdoor. What we did a lot was indoor outdoor events where we could control the amount, the flow of attendance inside, as per COVID restrictions. And folks could just kind of move in and out. And even though we have lifted restrictions, we're going to continue with that kind of inside outside model, because it's just, it's really been fabulous. So that's a short story. And as I said, I'd be happy to pull together numbers and numbers of events and how many were in attendance during 2021, if you'd like, in the park. I'd be happy to do that.
I think that'd be super helpful for the summary, Cassie.
Okay.
We'll just attach that. And
Okay.
just a super brief reminder, in this park, an extraordinary event is 200 people, and generally goes it's longer,
Right.
in a couple hours.
Yep.
But I agree with Laura. All of our outdoor spaces have been incredibly well used over the last couple of years.
Yeah. This
think
is
that's
park wide.
I think people actually have enjoyed the fact that they can do what they want to do outside.
Yes, it's fabulous. And really it's better. I also think that, we don't miss big crowds in a sense. I mean, we do miss the engagement, and we're fighting to get that back. But smaller is really quality, and so it's that aspect of it has been great. And we don't have any extraordinary events planned for this summer at this point at all. So if, we do have the procedure to notify the committee if we do dream one up. And so we'll certainly do that if so, but I don't anticipate it. Oh, I want to mention one other thing. The rainbow sidewalk is really, taken a beating. Not just from the vandalism, but whether and where. And so it's worn much quicker than we kind of anticipated when it was installed. But luckily, thanks to the fact that all of the vandals who have attacked the rainbow sidewalk have been caught one after another, thanks to our security cameras. And our tenacious police who have tracked them down and brought them and called them to court and fined them. So now we have a fund sufficient to recoat. And we're hoping to kind of kick that into gear and maybe get it together by the June Pride celebration in Missoula. Yeah, so just a little tangent, but I just wanted to update you on that.
Thanks for that update. And you did mention for the 2022 calendar of events that there were no extraordinary events. However, did you want to go over a few of those upcoming 2022 calendar of events?
I'm sorry, you're asking me to talk specifically about dates?
Not specifically dates, maybe just what we can expect to see
Okay.
for those events.
I think certainly every first Friday we'll be out there. And then for other special celebrations. speaking of the Pride celebration, I'm not sure if we do manage to get something done with the Rainbow Sidewalk, who knows? There might be an event might roll up around that. I'm not sure. And also we've talked about just offering kind of quiet music concerts in the early evening, just kind of offering it up for the neighborhood. One of our goals is to kind of encourage more neighborhood use and sort of ownership of the park. And I think that's something that will help keep it vital and healthy, and and so we're just starting to talk about that. But we're thinking of that music. Music is wonderful out there, and we get a lot of voluntary bands that just plug in and play, and it's lovely. So we're thinking about just trying to encourage that and encourage neighbors to come out and sit together and listen to music. So, but that's kind of again, we don't anticipate large crowds. We wouldn't even put the fence up for that. It would just be, offering the music, and yeah. So
I think that's great. I'm happy to help organize or whatever, or do something for Pride.
Thank you, Kim.
And just knowing, I know a lot of loud bands, but I guess my husband's in one, but I know some quieter bands too. So I don't know if you have lists or people who've played before at the museum, or but I can ask around too. And you may have
please do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There was a jazz band that plugged in and played about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And about 5 pieces. It was really fabulous. And and I don't know who they were, but
I was going to ask if you knew, but maybe I can ask around. Yeah. One other quick question I had was, and Laura, you may know, but the teen art mural project, will that stay up indefinitely, or what's the plan for that?
No, actually, cool. I know. It's been up almost a year.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
It is coming down. But although I think Adventure Cycling might keep their piece up for a while. Yeah. And but because we have a new teen art project coming this summer. So yeah.
Excellent.
Right. So that's a really vital program that's going to continue. Yeah. And teens and other classes, of course, continue to use the art park too, pretty actively. So
yeah, is that still Jana Ina?
Jana Ina was the lead artist last year.
Okay, cool. That's
so I'm going to move forward from our reports and updates. It sounds like we've covered that, and for this meeting, we do not have any action items. So I will open it up to some discussion items at this time and place.
Okay. Yeah, well, any questions, Donna, or yeah.
So I just wanted to thank our partners at the Missoula Art Museum. This happens to be on my regular route in and back home. And the impromptu music, especially during the worst of the pandemic, when it was very, very quiet in our downtown, was just a fresh, uplifting relief as I would pedal by. And I think the development of the park certainly would not have been possible without the Missoula Art Museum and all of the partners in the neighborhood that engage. And I think it's just such a wonderful asset when I think about what we had. We had turf that was pretty beat up and in full shade. So not a good place to grow it. There wasn't. Same on the other side of the street. So, shout out to Adventure Cycling for their partnership.
Yes.
The Rainbow Crossing connects it all. And it just creates this really wonderful, vibrant, impromptu space that can also be used for events. So I just, again, my thank you and appreciation to our partners at the Missoula Art Museum, adventure cycling, and the neighborhood.
Thank you, Donna. And I'd like to add, I think we want to acknowledge Mayor Engen because he provided a lot of leadership from the city.
Yes. So, again, this is just our annual meeting. It gives the public an opportunity to speak to hosting of extraordinary events that are slightly outside of our typical fee structure and policy structure. And we're a full partnership for help managing. So our friends at both facilities do a lot of daily routine, picking up garbage, checking on, making sure everything's functioning, invest actual financial resources in both of the sites. And so the partnership is very different, and therefore the management agreement. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
I think that's all we've got.
Great. So if there's no more items to discuss, I will make a motion to, or not make a motion, but I will move for adjourning this meeting. If anybody would like to make a motion.
I will make that motion.
Anyone second that motion?
I'll second it.
Great. We are adjourned for the Missoula Art Park Extraordinary Events Committee. Thank you so much for having me all. And I know it was my first meeting, but great to meet you all virtually as well.
Thank you, Erin.
Nice to meet you, Erin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Erin. Thanks,
Good to see you
everybody.
all.